Medical News Roundup, April 3, 26. Major FDA crackdown on GLP-1s, breakthrough Alzheimer's defense, and new heart tech. Segment 1, the lead story, FDA versus telehealth. The news, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, has officially issued 30 warning letters to telehealth firms for making false or misleading claims regarding compounded GLP-1 products, popular weight loss drugs. Key details. FDA Commissioner Marty Makary stated that while compounding can address shortages, it cannot be used to bypass the FDA approval process. This is part of a massive crackdown that has seen thousands of warning letters sent over the last 6 months, more than in the entire preceding decade. Why it matters: consumers are being cautioned that compounded does not equal FDA approved, and the agency is targeting misleading direct-to-consumer ads. Segment 2, new drug approvals and breakthroughs. The first-in-class win, the FDA has accepted a new drug application and granted priority review for rusfertide. What it is: a potential first-in-class treatment for adults with polycythemia vera, PV, a rare blood disorder.
Generic Milestone. Glenmark Pharmaceuticals received final FDA approval for its generic fluticasone propionate inhalation aerosol.
The impact: it secured 180 days of market exclusivity as a competitive generic therapy, offering a more affordable alternative to the $520 million Flovent market. Lupus Fast Track: Johnson & Johnson's therapy nipocalimab was granted FDA Fast Track designation for systemic lupus erythematosus, SLE. Segment 3, Neurology, the brain's hidden defense. The discovery: researchers at UCLA Health and UC San Francisco identified why certain brain cells are naturally better at resisting the buildup of tau, the toxic protein linked to Alzheimer's disease. Key insight: by identifying the biological differences that allow these survivor neurons to live longer, scientists have found a new roadmap for preventing neurodegeneration. Related news: separate UCSF research recently discovered how DNA folding acts as a skeleton key for understanding brain development in conditions like autism. Segment 4, Global Health and Tech Trends. Cardiovascular Tech. The ESE Acute Cardiovascular Care 2026 Media Alert highlighted new focus areas for the upcoming March Congress in Lisbon, emphasizing heart team collaborations for heart attacks and strokes. AI in Imaging. Subtle Medical is presenting 14 studies at the European Congress of Radiology, ECR, 2026 today, showing how AI is being used to enhance MRI and PET scans across different hospital scanners. WHO Global Appeal. The World Health Organization, WHO, has launched its 2026 Global Health Appeal, seeking $1 billion to respond to 36 major humanitarian crises and disease outbreaks, like pox and cholera, worldwide. Segment 5, Missile. Infant Health. New data suggests prenatal exercise significantly enhances infant motor skills. Childhood Hearing, who is urging governments to act on childhood hearing loss, noting that 95 million children globally live with unaddressed hearing issues. Cancer Trends. A recent report has labeled India as the cancer capital of the world due to a massive surge in non-communicable diseases among younger populations. Memory probes during pregnancy. Many women find it's harder to remember things during pregnancy. Carrying a baby can change your body in lots of ways, and chemicals released to protect and nourish your baby may bring on memory problems. WebMD. Wolbachia-infected male Aedes aegypti mosquitoes. The release of sterile Wolbachia-infected male Aedes aegypti mosquitoes reduced the risk for symptomatic laboratory-confirmed dengue by at least 71% after exposure of 3 months or more and lowered vector populations. Medscape. Poor grip strength. The strength of your hand may tell you something about the strength of your heart. Research suggests the ability to squeeze something well may be associated with a lower risk of heart disease. If it's hard for you to grasp an object, odds are higher that you have or could develop problems. But improving your grip strength alone won't necessarily make your heart healthier. WebMD. Fast fix for mild fatigue. If you have mild fatigue that isn't linked to any medical condition, the solution may be exercise. Research suggests healthy but tired adults can get a significant energy boost from a modest workout program. In one study, participants rode a stationary bike for 20 minutes at a mild pace. Doing this just 3 times a week was enough to fight fatigue. WebMD. Supraphysiologic doses of anabolic androgenic steroids, AAS. The use of supraphysiologic doses of anabolic androgenic steroids, AAS, has extended beyond competitive bodybuilding into the general gym-going population, often without an adequate understanding of the associated harms. Reported complications include structural heart disease with ventricular hypertrophy and heart failure, markedly increased risk for atherothrombotic events, psychiatric disorders, sexual dysfunction, and severe infertility with uncertain recovery of spermatogenesis. For clinicians, the message is straightforward: high-dose AAS misuse carries multi-system risks that may be severe, sometimes irreversible, and frequently overlooked in routine clinical practice. Medscape. Discovery of the virus. Hepatitis was suspected to have a viral etiology by the first decade of the 20th century, and by World War II, physicians were giving gamma globulin to mitigate outbreaks. Generalized immune globulin lacks the specificity of hepatitis B Ig, HBIg, administered today to high-risk neonates along with the birth dose of hepatitis B virus, HBV, vaccine, but it helped prevent the disease from spreading in the close quarters common in military settings. On an episode of the period TV series M*A*S*S*H, set in wartime Korea, the lead character, Hawkeye Pierce, administers intramuscular gamma globulin injections as prophylaxis for hepatitis. The program did not specify A, B, or C, because in the 1950s liver inflammation was classified into just two types: infectious hepatitis, which spreads via the fecal-oral route, and a serum, or bloodborne, form of the illness. The classification changed with the identification of HBV in the 1960s, which occurred in two major steps, each involving a different researcher. While working at the U.S. National Institutes of Health, Baruch Barry Bloomberg discovered a protein in blood that he named Australia antigen in 1963, because initially it turned up only in the serum of an Aboriginal Australian. Bloomberg, who had been interested in what he called geographic medicine, believed this protein to be human, not viral, until it later showed up in the blood of people from various other geographic locations, all of them recipients of multiple transfusions. But it took the second researcher, Alfred Prince, to show that the Australia antigen was a piece of a virus that spread in the blood. Medscape. Skipping meals. Did you know opting out of breakfast makes you 4.5 times more likely to be obese? Going without a meal slows down your metabolism, which makes it more probable you'll overeat later on when you're hungry. WebMD. Drink a glass, or two, of water. 1 or 2 glasses of plain H2O before you eat breakfast may help you lose weight. Water has no calories, but it's satisfying and curbs your appetite, so you may not want to eat such a big breakfast afterward. It also stimulates your metabolism to help you burn calories. WebMD. Chewable antacids. They help get rid of extra acid in your stomach that leads to pain or indigestion. But for some people, they can cause constipation, cramps, and diarrhea. A certain kind called acid blocker may also cause headaches and dizziness and more serious side effects like confusion, chest tightness, sore throat, fever, unusual heartbeat, and weakness in some people. WebMD. Asterisk, you may be able to connect the dots easier. Napping, asterisk. Not only can napping help you remember things you've just learned, but it could help your brain draw connections between things you find out. In one study, nappers found it easier to put together information they got earlier in the day. WebMD. Asterisk, the meteoric rise of GLP-1 drugs for weight loss has raised concerns about potential malnutrition and even the comeback of scurvy. The Hill, MedPage Today. Asterisk, intermittent fasting. Asterisk. Compared with regular dietary advice, intermittent fasting may result in little to no difference in weight loss or quality of life for adults with overweight or obesity, according to an analysis in the Cochrane database of systematic reviews. MedPage Today. Regular leisure-type physical activity. Regular leisure-type physical activity was associated with a reduction in the risk of dying from 7 types of cancer not previously studied extensively. The impact of physical activity on cancer mortality varied by type of cancer and level of physical activity. Patients who were inactive before diagnosis of lung or rectal cancer had a significant reduction in mortality risk if they performed regular physical activity after diagnosis. MedPage Today. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for daily medical news. Do not forget to subscribe for your daily dose of health innovation. Thanks for watching. Disclaimer: no liability/claims accepted. Please verify the information before use.